Like all these little bits of like medieval tapestry that are sliding by as this exposition plays out. I like that this fort is just called Strong Fort. There's a lot of real places that have very simple descriptive names. Fort Strong. And now it's our fort. We live in Fort Strong, for now. We're just kind of squatting in it. No one has really tried to retake it since that one battle. It'll have been a couple of months. Maybe someone will go after it eventually. What's especially fun is when you have a place that's been, like, conquered back and forth a couple of times, and gets renamed each time it gets reconquered, but they just take the previous name and add a little descriptor in their own language on top of it, but it's probably the same descriptor that was there before, so you'll have, like, places whose name, if you untangle all the meanings, is hill, 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 because it's just, like, 4 different words for hill strung together by all the different people who took it. It's, oh, what the locals call it, hill? Okay, we'll call it Hill Hill. Hill Mound. Mount Hill Mound. Yeah, there's a lot of implications. Potential consequences of this spear getting into anybody's hands. False flag. He's just kind of noted in the family genealogy as Fishfucker Batrall. And by audience decision in the original stream, we agree. We will recognize her as a comrade and recruit her as a proper soldier. The decision to take or leave Eleanor is actually the second major branching point as far as deciding which ending you get. From here on out, it's just minor variations based on which named characters live or die and which ones we take to various key fights. Being pro or anti-mermaid torture and whether or not you recruit Eleanor are the main branches of the plot. The canonical ending is pro-torture and recruit Eleanor. We are en route for what is called Ending B. Anyway, welcome to the start of Act 2, wherein we have two side quest leads off in this direction. There is the burned down remains of that town, where apparently there are some creepy survivors hanging around. And we have this fortress over here, where there is some manner of creepy wizard. And then starting here is the way you go to move forward to cross over to the north side of the island. There's Eleanor. You get her. She's a soldier, but has much better stats than a level 13 soldier would have. She's in a good position to start transferring over to other things. She's qualified for all the basic classes right off the bat. In the official file, we are training her as an ice wizard. Intent to upgrade her to a siren. She will show all of them why they should fear the snow. Nice, this is a piece of random loot that I found in the ground that was not picked up in the original file. It's just a little accessory that makes her character lighter so they can move faster. Yes, she is apprenticed to Shaq in the official file. In this one, we never recruited Shaq, so she would be our first ice wizard on the team. Got a lot of cups of life that I can liquidate. Finance the unit. Clear up the basics. Actually... yes. That is an extremely useful thing to pick up. Starting now, we're going to start to encounter some of the larger spells, both for ourselves and for our enemies. So the MP economy starts to become important. So having ways to rapidly charge up your characters or uncharge enemies becomes very helpful for throwing down and avoiding damage. Right, I was gonna buy another holy spell. Pick up a copy of Exorcism. This is the direct attack spell for destroying undead. It will just attempt to instant kill regular old standing around undead, vaporizing them immediately. And pick up Cleanse for the utility of it. That will be able to fully gear up our two priests. Oh, you can't use this. Never mind. Regular wizards just attack spells. Brain Sap is support. Right then, first of all, let's head down this side of the side quest.
Find it out.
Alright, here we are at Corpse River. In the original timeline, I did not prepare well for this map, and it took a long time. I also learned, by trying it out, that maps with a river through them like this one are a pretty good place to deploy aquatic units. And get some serious work done. I am prepared this time because I have 2 priests equipped with both kinds of exorcism. Yeah, para-wizards, para-ninjas. Eleanor can stay on the bench for now. This Deneb remains a normal human because she has found no valid targets for seduction. Oh yes, our encounter here. Bunch of undead. Couple ghosts, bunch of zombies. The way undead work in this and the other tactics Ogre, when they run out of health, rather than being destroyed, they just kind of get knocked out. They crumple up into a little ball on the ground, and then a couple of turns later will revive at full health. If you knock out all of the undead at once, then their side loses. And we have holy spells that we can use to permanently dispose of the undead, either while they are standing with the exorcism spell that I've put on Brid, or while they are knocked out with the faith spell which I have put on Redford. It is possible to persuade undead and get them on your side, at which point they become really useful for harassing. I did not manage to do that in the original file, but I will aim to, after a little bit, get a token ghost on the team. Ghosts are really handy, especially so because they teleport, and they have spell slots. They're just really good for harassing and area control. Alright, let's get you in the river. Ghosts are relatively weak and fragile compared to other classes, but make up for that with their ability to auto-revive. They are good for harassing. And if you really wanted to have a ghost with decent raw stats, you could just pump it up with items. There's no, like, high-level problem with having undead on your team. There are different synergies and anti-synergies that you'll have to look out for. But, doesn't, like, influence your alignment or any of the story at all to have any Musashi the Ghost. It's a good name for a ghost. I'd love to, but without a negotiator on the team, it is almost impossible to break into recruiting an undead. Let's see, the other ghost on the field right now is Rivaldi. Ghosts have really good names. You two just have the very important job of waiting around until your MP is charged. In Kling, you could deliberately create zombies. I don't remember if that is available here as well. So yeah, that's what happens when you try to fight a mermaid in a river. And you are not yourself a fish. Massive damage. Unfortunately, all of these undead are immune to sleep. Otherwise, Ariel could do even more work by dropping the songs on this team. Alright. So just to be sure to illustrate, yes, the extremely low persuade rate present when you have no synergy is that tiny. If you did it when they had no health at all, it would be 5%. If you have the negotiator emblem, you can get that baseline up to 30 or so, and then it becomes feasible to break your way into other things. And then, of course, if you already have the one ghost, they're able to negotiate at ordinary rates with other ghosts, so you can get yourself a nice swarm once you have your foot in the door. Need that first seed ghost to convince the others that you're good people. With the tools I have available, I want to either knock out as many ghosts or as many dead as I can at once, that I can then sweep them all off the board with a faith, or just get a bunch of them clustered together so that I can try to exercise in groups. With an undead heavy team, you could trivialize a lot of missions. You will very rarely encounter an enemy exorcist. So any fight where one is not available would become kind of inevitable. You would still at very least need to have Morty on the field and alive, so you would have that tiny risk of death, but you could easily stuff him away in the back corner. Have him safe and sound. Bedford. 4%. Bird is not yet ready to direct fire exorcism. It's really expensive. Alright, good. Now someone has to wake Red. Thank you. The AI is really bad at recognizing when it should leave someone asleep. Usually, if you get slept by the enemy, they will wake you up on their turn. I mean, it means they're getting a free physical hit in, but that's not a big deal, usually. Alright. Yeah, the zombie wizards are decent. Might be able to deal with them. Are they in range of the exorcism? Almost. So yeah, there you go. Just 58 and 79% chance of just irrevocable instant kill. Go get him, Bread. Holy man bread. Alright. Now if I beat up a couple of these, I could get rid of Malcolm and Dylan here. By laying down enough damage. Let's see how... Rivaldi still has plenty of health. I wouldn't be able to finish him off. Yeah, I should be able to clean 2 more of them off the field this round then. With a faith. To burn down you. Could also deal with Musashi if I'm willing to give up the long odds of persuading him. One more hit for Dylan. Something that helps even out our performance on this map is all of the undead have Bane as their natural element. All of my regular element attacks are just doing ordinary damage. No one's strong against them, no one's weak against them. If I had bought any copies of Lightbow to do holy damage, that would be ruining people. The exorcisms do the job, though. Alright. Enfeeble is a small terrain attack. Not giving up on you, Musashi. I'll find a way to win you over. Oh good, the elevation difference is high enough that the spear actually won't hit Deneb. Deneb is safe. Bored? No, she's not. That's the absence of a counterattack. My mistake, I'll just drop a rock on him. Exorcism's real damn expensive. A good thing there's not a lot of damage going around against my people. Alright, there we go. There's why this map took forever. The enemy can reinforce. There's a random chance that that will happen when there are fewer than max zombies on the screen. If you leave them unconscious, they still count against that limit, so they won't reinforce unless you've started eliminating bodies. And whether or not they do and how many of them show up is random. And the impression I got from the other time I did this is that eventually they'll just run out of reinforcements. So you can grind this map down. First time I played it, though, I'm pretty sure I had to run out every single corpse in Corpse River. Wave after wave. Fortunately, all the regular human zombies have terrible equipment. And even the ghosts just kind of have adequate equipment. It's a battle of attrition. It's a slog if you let it start dragging on, but it's not very menacing. Manageable. For the first run, I also only brought one cleric equipped with faith. So when reinforcements showed up, my only option for dealing with them was to keep beating them down and then clearing the bodies. Here I have the option of going in for direct attacks with Brid. The much stronger crowd control. Oh, let's see, there's only 4 of them up right now. They can reinforce at most 2 units per round. And with how fragile ghosts are, it's pretty easy to focus down 2 of them in a turn. As long as you can keep up that pace or better, you will win out eventually. I already dealt with one just on a counterattack there. It'll be the end of you, Little John. Time for you to get laid to rest. You can also notice that it has started raining, so another advantage you can pick up if you plan for it is that after a couple of turns, the water level will rise, and this river will be noticeably larger than it was. So if you brought an aquatic unit like we did, you'll have a pretty sizable kill zone to work with. Let your mermaid rampage about, destroying all who oppose you. Oh man. Maverick the Ghost. If only I'd brought a diplomat. The other time, Lad Brid is an expert negotiator. He'd be our best candidate to try and convince these ghosts to set aside their dreadful ways and serve a higher cause. Friend to all animals, living and dead. The real trouble with the reinforcements is that they can come in from opposite sides of the map, so it's hard to get them to cluster together what you really want in order to deal with them easily. Like the fact that we have two ghosts piled up there now that Fadak has joined the party, I could exercise the two of them in one blast, or wear them down with crowd control spells. Wait, hold on. Oh, hey. You're a zombie with an actual element. So are you. Alright, so the zombies can have normal elements. Sort of their thing. With 3 unconscious, it's very worth it to Faith. Meaning I've eliminated 4 this round. There we go. Redford now has a fear aura against the undead. Horsemen's. If you look at our units, we'll have one selected here. That little bar there with the 0 on the end of it, the rainbow bar, auras will cause that bar to drift to up to +2 or down to -2, depending on how many auras stack on top of each other and how strong they are. So Redford inflicts a -1 on the morale bar of any ghost or other undead creature that gets within range. Just checking. We're probably gonna finish him off. Alright, this might work out. Got a whole bunch of them in a tight space. Grid will be ready to exercise. Are they in range or not? Those ones should be. Ah, never mind. Stop raining. On its own, weather is random. You can, of course, use support spells to invoke weather. Alright. That's good stuff. Just you two left. It is not charged at this time. Have to settle for dropping damage on them. I will settle for faithing every other body off of the board. And no reinforcements, okay. Good stuff. We'll have some people stay in this corner in case of enemy reinforcements. Just out of reach. There we go. Mission accomplished. Nothing drops any damn loot because I had to destroy all the remains. Ghosts are terrible.